I left because being a mother in a big city and an artist without a big salary, I left out of necessity, and I felt like I was giving up everything that I had built there. But ironically, Nashville is the place that launched everything for me. My name is Emily Weiner, and I'm an artist based in Nashville. I'm originally from New York City, where I was born, and moved to Nashville about 7 years ago. My paintings have to do with the part of the psyche that lives in the unconscious, and how that has to do with the way that we see the world. So I'm really interested in the way that symbols kind of come to us in ways that may be non sequitur, may be surprising, and the way that those might line up to have synchronicities throughout our culture, history, and our personal lives. So I'm really interested in Carl Jung's idea of the collective unconscious. And for me, a big symbol that's been running through my work is that of the moon, because the moon really represents the reflection of the source of light. Carl Jung thought of these ideas of archetypes and symbols as something really primordial in our brains. So that's why we have these meanings attached to certain symbols that we see recurring across generations, across civilizations. So there are two paintings that they don't look alike, but I feel like they have a kinship in this show. And that's the painting Glass Ceilings, which it's kind of like this Gothic, kind of futuristic Gothic architecture that meets at the top, so it creates kind of like this glass-looking ceiling, but it opens up at the end to like this really vast and open landscape. The second painting is called The Way Out is Through, and that painting is kind of a curtain, which is usually kind of representative of an impasse or, a space, a threshold that you can't go beyond. But in it, there's this kind of perfect hole cut out, almost like a cartoon escape hatch. And behind it is that similar gradient landscape with the moon right at the center. So those two, for me, they represent this idea of obstacles, but like a maybe illogical or non-intuitive, non-traditional path through an obstacle. As a woman, I've had to kind of find my own route, or I've had to find a non-traditional path to getting what I want in art, in life. I think that, a glass ceiling, for me, I've seen throughout my career that it really does exist. I went to an all-women's school at Barnard College in New York. So that was kind of part of our pedagogy, was to look out for those structures in society. So this idea of this procession and this kind of monumental architecture and trying to reinterpret kind of traditional forms to create, okay, there is a glass ceiling, but how do we get around it, or how do we get through it? That was kind of the vision that I was trying to create, and the image that I wanted to see in the world that could help inform me and maybe give me some direction. I moved from New York City to Nashville when my son was 1 year old. We tried living in New York, but it just didn't work with my adjunct job and a fourth floor walk-up. Nashville has allowed me to have more space and make bigger paintings. It's also allowed me to have more time because it's less expensive than New York City. So I've been able to be a lot more ambitious in my work since coming here. I also have found that a lot of the noise from a big coastal city has dropped away. So I've had a lot more courage in painting some of these motifs that I may have been self-conscious about. So Nashville has been so generative. It's been really surprising in a lot of ways.